Well, one reason why the Upper Spencer Gulf is so different is because swell waves from the ambient open ocean do not make it into the Upper Spencer. In terms of the swell, the wave energy that you have in that system, it's like a big lake essentially. There can be storms and waves in this area, but only if you have southerly winds that actually create wind waves. That it can be a little bit choppy in this area. But overall, we're talking about a very low turbulence environment. Okay? You also learned that you actually have a Dutch tide in this, although the tides are generally strong. There can be a meter per second or so during the strong phases of the tides, but you also have a Dutch tide. And Dutch tide means you have times windows of relatively low tidal current. The second reason, indeed, is that this area is excluded from the seasonal flushing. Again, we talked about this, the salinity distribution and the water age distribution inside the Spencer Gulf. Okay, the water age is a measure of how old the water is with respect to the open ocean, the water that you just find outside the entrance. And if you have a water age which exceeds 1 year, which is the case here in Upper Spencer Gulf, means you don't have the seasonal flush. So it's again more the signature of a hypersaline lake. Indeed, it's not a lake; it is attached to the lower Spencer Gulf. Otherwise the water would disappear and the salinity would increase over time, which does not happen. All right, so there are still these proposals out there. You can look them up on the South Australian government web pages, something called the Regional Bulk Port Development. It actually does not only include ports in Upper Spencer Gulf, like Port Bonython and Whyalla. It also proposes other ports in Wallaroo, My Pony Point, Cape Hardy, and Port Spencer. So that's still on the table, this big proposal, and it's still the dream of having new mines, new mining products, and actually to use these ports to move them around, to export the mining products. What they currently do is they actually use train connections to Darwin and use the rail connections that exist. All right, so you'll learn quite a bit about the past and possible future environmental disasters.